Joe Madden's team is in town. Note the patriotic fervor on the hats here even this weekend. Both teams are wearing the red, white, and blues. Here's the Rays batting order. It's BJ and then CC in that order, setting up Evan Longoria, last year's Rookie of the Year. Carlos Pena, a one-time Ranger. Ben Zobrist out of Dallas Baptist having a great year. Pat Burrell and Gabe Gross, Jason Bartlett, and Deanna Navarro against the birthday boy, Tommy Hunter, who was originally drafted by this Tampa Bay team out of high school, chose to go away to college instead. We will scout him out.
He's had 2 starts this year. His last start was a very good start overall, pretty solid. Sunday against the Padres, that's the one we're talking about. 6 1/3, 7 hits, only gave up 2 runs, didn't walk a batter. After his first start, he went back to the minor leagues for 4 starts and was 2-0 with a 2.53 ERA. So he had a start with the Rangers, 4 really good starts in AAA, and a nice start in his last start here. He's on a pretty good roll. Hopefully he'll continue it tonight against a real good Rays team.
And it all starts with B.J. Upton, who just learned he was the player of the month for June in the American League. So he's got a 52-inch high-def television coming his way. Tampa Bay went 11 years in their existence tag, never had a player of the month, and now this year already they've had 2. Longoria got it back in April. Tommy Hunter's not scared. He goes right at B.J. Upton, strike 1. Temperature in the upper 90s, in fact 99 at game time tonight. Right at the top of this Tampa Bay order, they put pressure on you. Upton's got 29 steals. Crawford's got 40. One more steal for B.J. Upton. He and Crawford will become the first sets of teammates to have 30 bags by the All-Star break since 1992. Back in the Montreal Expos days of Delino DeShields and Marquise Grissom. Rangers got worn out by B.J.'s brother Justin Upton last week. That was in Phoenix. B.J. Upton is down on strikes. Player of the month last month. This is July, and he is 0 for 1.
Very good pitching in that at bat for Tommy Hunter. He threw him 2 fastballs in that he missed, and in between some really good curveballs.
Curveball ended up being an out pitch for him in that game against San Diego, it looked like. Strike poured in there. Doug Eddings is your home plate umpire, at least for tonight. Crawford a little bloop towards center. Marlon Byrd racing in. It's going to fall in front of him. And now that Carl Crawford is on, he is absolutely a threat to run. In that Ranger outfield, Andrew Jones, Marlon Byrd, and Nelly Cruz. David Murphy's got the night off against the left-hand starter for Tampa Bay. Young Andrews, Kinsler, and Davis. And Jared Saltalamacchia works with Tommy Hunter. A couple of 23-year-olds here. Evan Longoria, the hitter, swept the American League Rookie of the Year balloting last year. He got all 28 first-place votes.
He's having another excellent season. He's on pace about halfway through the season to hit 50 doubles, have 30 home runs, knock in who knows how many runs, 120 runs. Plays excellent defense at third base. This kid's some kind of player, boy.
He was the first-year player in big league history with as many as 27 homers and 85 runs batted in fewer than 450 at-bats. Nobody had ever done that. Well, he did get that done last year. You saw that he's slumping a bit of late. 1 for his last 16 right now. This batting average of .297. First time he's been under 300. Time had been called, and that throw to first base kind of a moot point. Again, we mentioned Tampa Bay loves to use that stolen base as a weapon. We just got through that with the Angels. Check your forward leaderboard. As much as we talked about it with the Angels running the bases, the Tampa Bay is at 121 steals already. Longoria, I think, kind of like Ian Kinsler, Tag. He was hot in April and has kind of cooled off since then. But April was so good that you look at the composite numbers and you figure this is still a real quality year already. Fouled back. It's 2-2. It's the first time we've seen Tampa Bay this year. Last year, the teams played 3 series, and in every series it was Tampa Bay winning 2-1. There's your American League Manager of the Year from last year. There was no doubt it had to be Joe Madden a year ago. Crawford goes. There's another bloop towards center, and Kinsler is totally deked Carl Crawford. If they can get the ball to first, they got the double play. They did it. What a job by Kinsler to talk Crawford into staying at second base.
That was pretty.
Carl Crawford had no clue where that ball was. And the Rangers turn 2 and maneuver.
Now, Ian Crawford heard the bat hit the ball, never took a look in to see where the ball was. Ian comes across the bag like he's turning a double play. Crawford not sure where the ball is. By the time he realized what happened, Marlins one-hop throw to first doubled him off. That was a pretty play.
Acting. Thank you. Ian Kinsler pulls it off. Master thespian.
Yeah, and if you're Crawford, he's going for a stolen base. He didn't look at the hitter, has no idea where the ball is, and he sees Kinsler come across the bag. He can only assume that it must have been a ground ball, and Ian's trying to turn a double play.
Well, Kinsler settles in against a lefty, Scott Kazmir, the 25-year-old from Houston, who has had a very tough year. His ERA seems like a typo, 7.28. I would have believed 2.78, but not 7.28.
Well, there it is. It's in writing right now. 64 hits in 50 innings. Saturday against the Marlins. Marlins a little bit better. 5 innings, a couple of runs. He's thrown a lot of pitches per inning this year.
Kinsler bunting foul, and that's kind of par for the course, I guess. Kazmir does tend to throw a lot of pitches, and he's usually done by the 6th inning because of it. Southwest Airlines batting order after Kinsler, it's Young and Bird, Jones and Blaylock, Nelly Cruz and Saltalamacchia, Chris Davis and Elvis Andrews. Josh Hamilton getting closer to a return. But yeah, regarding Scott Kazmir, he's a guy with unbelievable stuff. but he's just never around in the 7th or 8th inning to keep using it because of those high pitch counts.
Well, he started off the season pretty well. His first 4 starts, he won 3 of 4 starts. His ERA was under 4. Then he hurt his quad, his right quad, and prior to going on the DL in 5 starts, his ERA was over 11. He went on the disabled list. He's had a start. This is his 2nd start since coming off the disabled list with that injured quad muscle. He's gone less than 5 innings in 4 of his 10 starts.
Yeah, trying to pitch through that strained right quad and not really even telling anybody about it. The fastball, they say, was only about 88, 89 miles an hour during that time. Kinsler clocks another one foul. Wow. All the way to the mezzanine and bouncing back on the field.
Well, Kazmir has always pitched well against the Rangers. He's started 7 times against the Rangers. He's 4-0. Won all 3 starts against the Rangers last year.
Boy, a couple good ones for Kinsler to drive there, huh? Right in the center square.
Yep, just got out in front of him and pulled him foul.
It's been all about the fly balls of late for Ian. That's his last 7 at bats now have all been fly ball outs. Tampa Bay defensively, they can go get it out there. Crawford, Upton, and the former college quarterback Gabe Gross. The good infield, Ben Zobrist filling in for the injured Akinori Uemura. Kazmir and Deanna Navarro, a couple of all-stars from a year ago. Michael Young, in fact, was set to drive in Deanna Navarro with the game-winning single, but Navarro was thrown out at home plate, so Michael had to wait until much later in extra innings in the All-Star game to come up with the game-winning sac fly. If Navarro was a shade quicker, we'd forever be linking Navarro and Michael Young, but that's not going to happen. Kazmir missing outside, and yeah, Kazmir actually won that All-Star game last year that we're talking about, and went on to start Game 1 of the World Series too.
Kazmir last year had almost 10 strikeouts per 9 innings. Best ratio in the league. And the 2nd toughest pitcher to hit, a .220 opponent's batting average.
This year that opponent's batting average, again, just doesn't seem possible, but it's .306. Kazmir, you might remember, was stolen away from the Mets in a trade deadline deal back in 2004. Came in with that light frame, but already throwing the ball 96 miles an hour. He's got that knockout of a slider. There were whispers right after that trade that Tampa Bay had stolen one of the great ones for Victor Zambrano. And again, typical Kazmir. Here we are, 2 batters in. He's going to throw a 13th pitch. That is chopped up near third for Longoria. Michael Young is out at first base in a very close call. Dana DeMuth made that call. Here comes Ron Washington to argue.
Oh, beautiful play by Longoria. Throwing out a dead run all the way across the field and really got something on that ball. That's a pretty close play at first base. I couldn't tell whether he was out or safe. Must have mean it was tied. Looks safe. Looks safe if you're a Ranger fan. Looks out if you're a Rays fan, I guess. Outdoor safe. Nice play by Longoria.
Now, it could be that those are the all-star third basemen coming up in St. Louis. Longoria and Michael Young.
Sure could.
With 2 down, it's Marlon Byrd. Marlon takes off speed for a strike.
Kazmir's 25 years old. He's already had 4 full seasons in the big leagues. Never had an ERA higher than 3.77. He's been as low as .324. He's had more strikeouts than innings pitched the last 3 years. Most games he's ever won is 13. He's won 13. He's won 12. Last year he was 12-8 with a 3.49 ERA. He pitched well in postseason, played 5 postseason starts as well.
He was a star quarterback in high school down at Cy Falls in Houston, right across town from where Carl Crawford was excelling on the football field at Jefferson Davis High School. And they say that Kazmir Tag was taught the basics of pitching back when he was about 9 or 10 by a slightly older friend of the family down in Houston, none other than Adam Dunn. Kazmir's dad worked for the welding supply company run by Adam Dunn's uncle, so they would all get together, talk baseball, play baseball. Adam Dunn is responsible for the development of Scott Kazmir in a small way. Well, the Rangers all about the foul ball here in the first inning.
And Kazmir's actually gotten away with some pitches that have gotten a lot of the plate. That last pitch was like a hanging slider. Carlin fouled it back. Ian had a couple of pitches right down the middle. Hit him well. He just pulled him a little bit foul.
Boy, this could be a 20-pitch 1-2-3 inning if he gets Marlon Byrd. Which again tells you that Kazmir will not be around for the end of this game. Although that's not exactly tragic for Tampa Bay. Their bullpen has been the best in the league pretty much since the end of April. They got a bunch of guys working on long scoreless inning streaks right now. Joe Madden, we'll talk a lot about him, I promise you, over the next couple of days. Rather obvious choice for manager of the year last year. To the right field corner foul. They talked to Andrew Friedman, the Rays executive vice president for baseball operations, the man that hired Madden back in November of '05. And they asked him, what was your first impression? He said the glasses. It's hard not to notice the glasses. They take you back a bit. But we were looking for someone who had player development experience and a little bit of major league coaching experience. But beyond that, we wanted someone with a creative mind. And that is definitely Joe Madden. Byrd is down on strikes. 21 pitches in the inning, but the Rangers
6th to the 17th. The Texas Rangers Foundation and the Baseball Tomorrow Fund are hosting an equipment drive to benefit the RBI and junior RBI youth programs. People that want to donate something can either go to one of any 13 Academy Sports and Outdoors shops in the Metroplex area or to the Majestic Grand Slam gift shop. And on July 17th, you can bring your donation to any one of the ticket gates and you'll receive a ticket voucher to a future 2009 game. And if you donate an item, we ask that it be new or gently used. And you will also be entered into a drawing to receive a Marlon Byrd autographed baseball.
That is excellent. Great news on that. They get the out at first base. And those who want to find out more, go to TexasRangers.com/equipment. That's TexasRangers.com/equipment. Andrea, good seeing you. Thank you very much. Josh?
All right, thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Jim. Carlos Pena grounded out, and that was into the shift. Andrews had to actually do some fancy stepping to get over there and get that ball.
He had to go to his right, but it wasn't toward third base. It was toward second base.
All right, here's a guy that, Tag, you've heard me go on and on and on and on and on about all year, and I've still not even met him face-to-face yet, but he comes back to Dallas. Dallas Baptist University product, Ben Zobrist, who was kind of an afterthought in the Ty Wigginton trade a couple of years ago with Houston. He's leading the American League in slugging percentage. And they actually list him, when you talk about his position, with the letter U, utility. And that's one of those Joe Madden deals where he says, look, that's what he is. That's how we're going to put him down on paper. He is a utility player. Right now he's playing second base every day. That Aubrey Huff, Ty Wigginton deal. Ben Zobrist was the other name in it. He grounds out here, 2 up, 2 down. And anyway, Joe Madden is a guy I think that can recognize that, look, if there's a guy that has skills, we're going to find a place for him to play. It just so happens right now at second base with Aki Iwamura out. That ball punch foul by Pat Burrell. He was not a trade over. He was a free agent signing. Signed away from the Philadelphia Phillies. That's, of course, a team the Rays battled during the World Series last year. Two quick strikes from Tommy Hunter.
And Tommy's pitching with a lot of confidence. Saw that in his last start as well. He's throwing a lot of strikes. Mixing in a curveball. That was a cutter right there. Real good pitch. Tommy got his feet wet last year. He had 3 starts last season. Pitched 11 innings in those 3 starts. Gave up some home runs. Probably wasn't quite ready last year to be in the big leagues. But it probably served him well for the experience. He's pitched well at AAA this year. This is his 3rd start, 2nd stint with the Rangers. He's a little more mature. He's got some more innings under his belt. Stands to reason he would be a little more confident right now. You almost sense he's getting the feeling that, hey, I am good enough to pitch in the big leagues. I do belong here. At least that's the demeanor he seems to project right now.
It's a results-based business, right? I mean, it's tough to feel like, hey, I belong when your ERA is 16.
No, and I think a player can sense when maybe he's there a little bit too soon. But, you know, the Rangers didn't have a choice. They had to have a pitcher. And he had just barely come out of the draft. Hadn't had a lot of innings under his belt.
Right.
But he's throwing all his pitches for strikes right now. Fastball, cutter, curveball.
Well, we mentioned Tampa Bay liked him enough to draft him in the 18th round coming out of high school, but off he went instead to the University of Alabama. And the Rangers were able to swoop him and take him then. Hunter strikes out Burrell.
That's good stuff he's throwing right now. That was a slider to get Burrell. Add another pitch to his repertoire.
can save you 15% on car insurance. And by AT&T, switch to the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. The Rangers hit 10 foul balls over 3 batters in that first inning.
They had a lot of foul balls in one of the Angel games, too. It's good. Make the guy work.
Yep, exactly. And that's, as we've talked about with Scott Kazmir, part of what you're trying to do. Work him over so that by the 5th or 6th inning, he is done.
A lot of off-speed pitches early in the game for Kazmir. I'd say he's probably thrown more sliders and changeups than he has fastballs. There's a slider.
And another foul.
It's a good slider. Stands to reason you would throw it if it's a good pitch. Probably a pitch he gets a lot of strikeouts on that pitch right there to the right-hand hitters. Down and in, slightly out of the strike zone.
That's a pitch that everybody raved about when he was first coming over from the Mets. He set the state strikeout record for a single season in high school in Houston. Better than Josh Beckett's total of a few years before that.
Boy, that's saying something if he had more than David Clyde, too.
Yeah. That ball's going to just dribble up near third and sit down. It's an infield hit for Andrew Jones. They will take those hits any way he can get them right about now. 17 for his last 91, trying to get going again. He's on for Hank Blaylock. Well, Blaylock fresh off the second walk-off hit that he's had this year. He had that 2-run double to beat Seattle back in May, but nothing beats your first career walk-off homer. And that was for curious circumstances, too. He will take on the outside corner. The rookie Julio Borbon was on deck with first base open. The very first pitch they threw to Blaylock, he hit it out. And your Geico quote, one of the best of all time. After being showered by his teammates after having pulled that off. It was Hank's 143rd career big league homer tag, but the first time he had ever hit one to end a ball game.
Well, it was dramatic coming after the Rangers had given up the lead. Watched the Angels tie it, lost some momentum, and bang, bottom of the ninth, it was over.
Mark Teixeira now is the active player with the most career home runs without ever having a game ender. Tex is at what, 223 home runs now. And for Hank, that was part of a 2-homer game, part of a 3-hit game. Simply stated, one of his best games all year. Getting those DH at bats right now. And, you know, when Josh Hamilton comes back, it'll be interesting to see how they ease Josh back in the lineup. Will it be right up in center field, moving Marlon Byrd out of center right away? Do you have Hambone DH for a bit? Then does Blaylock go to first if that's the case? These are nice problems to have to try to figure out. Runner goes, and Blaylock lifting it to right center. Andrew Jones has got to come on back as B.J. Upton puts it away. Well, the Rangers winning that game on Wednesday 9-7, and there were some dicey moments because obviously the lead of 7-1 shrank to nothing over the back third of that ball game. Frankie Francisco gave up the 2-out game-tying home run, but the Rangers were able to come back. The Hank Blaylock winner. That pulled the Rangers to within a half a game of the Angels at the time, but the Angels did win their game yesterday against Baltimore, meaning the Rangers are now 1 game back in the AL West.
Yeah, for any people watching who are a little bit worried about Frankie Francisco, take a deep breath, relax. Everything's going to be fine. Remember, he's been on the disabled list a couple of times. He's still pitching his way back into the form that he had before he went on the disabled list, but he's healthy, he feels good. Everything will be fine in that regard. Don't worry about Frankie. And just remember, it wasn't that long ago where he was working on, counting last season and this season, something like 35 or 40 scoreless innings. So one little blemish is not going to cause many problems, believe me.
He had made a heck of a pitch right before that to Vlad Guerrero. I think that was the guy that everybody really feared in that situation. Guerrero was the tying man before Rivera. Nelly Cruz socks one into left field. That ball jumps, getting right off the middle of the wall. Andrew Jones speeds to third. And Nelson Cruz tippy-toes into second with a double.
Well, that's nice to see. Nelly had to come out of the last game with a stiff lower back. That was the game where Julio Borbon came on and had the big hit. There's a hanging slider right in the middle of the plate. And Kazmir's actually lucky that Nelly didn't get that ball up in the air a little bit. It was such a long drive. Wasn't high enough to go into a home run. Definitely hit hard enough, though.
Infield pinches in a little bit at the corners. Back up the middle here for Saltalamacchia.
And Frankie, the only problem Frankie had in the last game, he was just high with his pitches. He just didn't command the strike zone like he normally does. And as time goes on, that will be corrected. That's, in my opinion, certainly nothing to get worried about.
No one could use that off day like Jared Saltalamacchia could use that off day yesterday. It's been a tough week for Salty, and catchers, I guess, go through this, especially when it's 100 degrees. But just those varied aches and pains, bumps and bruises, and Salty says it's beyond that. His car was rear-ended on the highway the other day, and I mean he's okay, but his back's a little sore, but nothing brutal, but just it's painful and inconvenient. Car's got to go to the shop. He said he spilled hot coffee on himself not once but twice this past week.
He could sue somebody.
Well, yeah, what, the maker of the lid?
Whoever sold it to him.
Salty said he's not going to sue the guy that rear-ended him either. But I mean, it's just been that kind of week. I mean, everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. So he said that was just a total blessing to have an off day yesterday. Can you imagine? I mean, you're a catcher. You're getting beaten up enough as it is. Then you spill hot coffee all over your lap. And
man, it doesn't get any worse than that.
Two hits in the inning from Jones and from Cruz. They're the base runners. Salty couldn't get it.
Well, good pitching by Kazmir right there. Came back and got a strikeout at a time. Got the infield back. And you're looking for some contact. Second and third and one out. Kazmir threw Salty a couple of good fastballs on the inside part of the plate. Got him to swing and miss at both of them. And the Rangers right now still have a man at second, still have a man at third. Get a big two-out hit right here.
Chris Davis drove in a couple of runs in that game on Wednesday. Most of his runs driven in over the last month or two have simply been on his own home runs. It was nice to see him single in a run and ground out for an RBI. Hitting for average has always been a point of pride with Chris, and he struggles seeing that batting average at .203. We mentioned the other day on the broadcast, Chris, not too long ago, just a couple of years ago, had that California League record with a 35-game hitting streak. That record is no more. This past week, that fell. A guy named James McGowan got to a 36-game hit streak. That was in that High Desert versus Lake Elsinore game that was 33-18. That would be your high-scoring California League affair. Wind blowing out. On 1-2. Davis works it to 2-2 with Andrews on deck. The lefty Casimir to the plate, and Davis to left field. On the run, there's Carl Crawford. Well, that's too bad. Davis hit a line shot to the opposite field. The Rangers The old 12-run 15th inning for the Rangers at Oakland. I love seeing those old uniforms, too. No team had ever scored 12 in an extra inning. Thought I saw Jim Kern in the stands there. We go to the top of the third inning, and Tommy Hunter continues to impress out there on the mound. The 23-year-old right-hander. He's 23 as of today. Gabe Gross and Jason Bartlett and Deanna Navarro in the top of the third inning. An inning that will feature some in-booth guests, so stay tuned for that, please. First, the former Auburn quarterback, Gabe Gross. And a chop one foul. He had a brother that played football at TCU. And a dad that played in the NFL, actually. Lee Gross was his dad, played for the Saints and the old Baltimore Colts. And that's Tommy Hunter's team, by the way, is the Indianapolis Colts. He grew up in Indianapolis. Lives and dies with the horseshoe. Good breaking ball, but Gabe Gross able to check his swing.
It's not that easy a pitch to lay off of right there. He thought about swinging at it. Tommy's pitching really well tonight. All his pitches have been effective.
That one's down 2-2. Seems like every single hitter in this game has had a 2-2 count. The Rangers worked over Casimir in that second inning. Second and third, one out, but they couldn't score. Saltalamacchia, the strikeout victim. Davis in line to left. On the ground, second base for Kinsler. No problem. All right, we promised in-booth guests. And Megan Harrison is front and center. That's Matt Harrison's wife, who is part of the big cookbook effort that seems to be going very well. And I see here we have other with props, I guess.
Yes.
Cook like a pro. What is this? The Ron Washington spatula?
We have spatulas, we have spoons, and we have spaghetti strainers for sale for $15.
Can I see? This is the Ron Washington spatula, signed.
Yes. They're all autographed.
Now, does that mean that Ron has actually cooked something?
I doubt it.
Oh, okay.
This is a Matt Harrison spoon officially that I'm also holding right now. It's very nice. Thank you, ladies.
How about Matt? Is Matt a good cook?
Matt is a very good cook, but he just opts to let me do the cooking.
Okay.
So, yeah. But he
Probably
can
a
cook.
good choice.
Yes, he can cook.
Pitch here to Jason Bartlett missing outside. Now, Megan, how did you all pick the charity to hook up with this year and all that?
Well, they gave us a choice, and all the wives just stuck our heads together, and we decided to do Captain Hope's Kids, and that's a charity that helps out homeless kids.
In the right field, Jason Bartlett is going to be the second out of the inning. And we have the cookbook with us right here in the booth.
Oh, absolutely.
Cook like a pro. Can I turn right to your page? Is that, you know where it is?
Well, we're in the pitching section.
Well,
I think
knew
it's
that.
page, yeah, right there. Here we go.
Nice picture.
Yeah.
Matt,
That was our engagement photo 2 years ago.
Was it really?
Yeah.
What ballpark is that taken at?
The Durham Bulls Park.
Really? All right.
Yep.
Matt's favorite food is pizza.
His favorite food is pizza.
Right. So you don't really have to cook that. I mean,
Right. We just get it from some greasy, some greasy pizza place.
Pitch here to Navarro in for a strike. Least favorite food is green peas.
Yeah.
As opposed to what, like purple
I
peas?
know. I don't know why he had to put the green in front of it, but any kind of pea, he does not like the peas.
All right.
Black-eyed, green, doesn't matter what color it is.
All right, and y'all have rolled out with the recipe for chocolate pie.
The chocolate pie, it's super duper easy and it's wonderful.
All right, and chicken roll-ups before
Chicken roll-ups, yeah. We're chicken people.
that.
We definitely are.
Give you back that as Ian Kinsler's about to. Bend down and have it go right under his glove. That's going to be an E4. That's all right. We have more time with you in the booth that way.
Absolutely.
And a chance for B.J. Upton not to lead off the next inning. All right, so what?
We have something for you.
I saw
Yes.
that Meredith had.
Yes, they're John Daniel's banana oat bars.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Cooked by J.D. or this just J.D.'s recipe?
It's just JD's recipe.
Yeah, he's busy now, I figured.
Yes, he's doing other things. He's not slaving in the kitchen right now.
All right, so somebody else actually went and got the recipe and...
Right, well, the recipe's in the cookbook, and somebody else actually made them. One of the staff here.
Okay, well, these will be devoured in between innings, if you don't mind.
Sounds good.
Because right now we're,
Watching a game.
watching the game, exactly.
Right.
You probably know, Tag and I have no qualms about in between innings. We kind of...
I saw the plate of food back there. I know what you do between innings.
Megan Harrison is our guest. Meredith Arnold in the booth as well, and Amanda's here, and we're talking about the cookbook, which once again is Cook Like a Pro. Favorite recipes of the Texas Rangers, second edition.
Second edition, yes. We're selling them every Friday and Saturday night at the Foundation booth. And they are on sale at the Majestic Grand Slam gift shop every single day.
Nice.
So you can go get your copy there. They're $20, and all the proceeds go to charity.
And 817-273-5207.
Right.
Right. Also, you can call to get
phone
yours
number.
as well. Feel bad for Amanda and Meredith. They're just kind of standing back here.
I know. But Meredith's got her Millwood apron on, so she's trying to show that off. We also have the autographed aprons for sale for $50 on Friday and Saturday nights.
That is the signed Kevin Millwood limited edition apron right there.
Oh, yes, the one and only.
Very so. Well, it seems like you guys have found very inventive ways to get the product to the masses here. Navarro goes, and the throw down is going to skip past Kinsler into center. And of all the guys on this team, that's not the guy you thought would have been off and running. Deanna Navarro steals the base. Well, Megan, again, great job with the cookbook. Thank you guys so much for coming up and sharing this with us.
Yes,
And,
we appreciate you letting us come and do this. We're very excited about our cookbook, and we really hope to raise a lot of money.
you guys are welcome to stay and actually help eat the goodies in between innings if you want. But-
Yay. I haven't tried those, so I'm interested in trying those.
Okay, well, we'll get that done in between innings.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you, Megan,
Okay,
very much.
thank you
Appreciate
so
it.
much.
Thanks so much for coming up.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
So that potential first run of the game now at second base, but no, there's no first run of the game right here. Tommy Hunter takes care of that. Tommy Hunter has struck out the reigning player of the month in the American League twice now. B.J. Upton down on strikes in the first and the third. Now the Rangers against Scott Kazmir, sending up Andrews, Kinsler, and Young.
Well, Tommy's gotten better with each start this year. His first start was solid. It was against Oakland. Pitched into the 6th inning, gave up 3 runs in that game.
Elvis pushing a bunt. Kazmir's got to go get it. And they got him at first base. Nice play.
Nice play. Good athletic ability by Kazmir right there. A lot of left-handers fall off the mound toward third base a little bit. Wouldn't be able to recover and make that kind of play. Kazmir falls off slightly, but recovers quickly, and the quick flip just did get Elvis at first base. A couple of real close plays have gone against the Rangers at first base. Michael Young got a ground ball to third that he almost beat out. Elvis almost beat that bunt out.
Top of the order, Kinsler. Trying to erase the memory of that error from last inning. He's going to send one in the air to left center. That makes it 8 straight fly ball outs for Kinsler now over a 3-game period.
Josh, Frank Bellorio is watching the game tonight. Frank's in a VA hospital. Frank, hopefully the Rangers are going to have a nice win against the Rays tonight. We appreciate you, the fact that you're watching the game, and we send you our best wishes. Frank Bellorio.
Michael Young, the batter now, was robbed in the first inning. That's only the 4th pitch this inning for Kazmir, and so far he's been averaging 22 per inning. Young nails it foul back to the net.
Someone else watching the game tonight is Renee Johnson. That's Malcolm's wife. She's recovering from hip replacement surgery. She's been watching the Ranger games during her recovery. She's doing well, walking without a cane. Glad to hear you're doing better, Renee.
And your hubby is awesome.
Malcolm's sitting right next to us. He's doing fine. And along with us, Malcolm wishes you the best as well. There's Malcolm.
The wind beneath our wings. A ball, 2 strikes, the count to Michael Young. And another of those hard foul balls. The Rangers are spinning those all over the ballpark tonight.
As the game goes on, we got some other people to thank too, Josh. We hit the jackpot as far as sweets go.
Yeah, we did well.
4 separate orders been shipped into us tonight, and we've spread it all over the press box. We'll get to all the individuals in a little while.
Not to mention the John Daniels banana nut whatever things those were.
That was the 4th one I was talking about. Not sure who cooked them, whether JD brought them with him or whether someone else cooked that recipe. In any event, they won't last very long. There's JD.
Maybe Thad did it.
Probably watching on TV going, why are they showing me? Sitting here minding my own business, trying to watch a ball game.
Trying to bake a banana nut muffin. 3-2 the count to Michael. On the out-of-town scoreboard, the Mariners, who are just a couple games behind the Rangers, leading at Boston tonight, 4-3 in the 7th. Michael takes a walk for the 7th time in the last 8 games. And a chance for Marlon Byrd now. You can see Kazmir upset with himself.
Center fielder, Marlon Byrd.
Marlon Byrd, one of the guys that pumped up that pitch count, an 8-pitch at bat back in the first inning.
I'll make the call right here, Josh.
All righty.
Going early.
Number 8 this year for Marlon Byrd.
Coming up.
Set your TiVos. And while you do, some more scores. The Indians lead the A's 10-3 in the 5th inning tonight. Travis Happen has hit one out, number 9. Tough year for Cleveland, huh? 31-49, and they've traded Mark DeRosa to St. Louis. Marlon Byrd, a little looper, foul. And a broken bat, it sounded like, too. White Sox lead the Royals tonight 3-0 behind John Danks. That game's in the third. And the Tigers taking it to the Twins this evening 6-0 in the third inning. Marcus Thames a home run. Detroit trying to run away with it a bit in the AL Central. They're beating up Kevin Slowey tonight. Ripped foul, 1-2. The Angels playing out on the West Coast tonight. The Orioles are their opponent. Right now, the Angels a game up on the Rangers. The Yankees beat the Blue Jays today 4-2. A.J. Burnett solid against his former team. Arlington's Vernon Wells had a home run for Toronto, but A-Rod hit one out for New York, number 14. Pretty good pitch right there. Casimir getting Bird. Marlin has now struck out twice. We are at the end of 3. There is still no score.
Organization and pretty confident in your team to make that kind of a decision. I applaud him for it.
The guy with the Elvis Costello glasses, and the way he describes it, this job, not the Yankees job, was his vision of a dream job in baseball. Start fresh, build from the ground up, be left alone to do what you want to without it being picked apart 100 different ways. He's got that in Tampa St. Pete, and boy, he has nailed his opportunity. It's an opportunity he waited very patiently for in Anaheim all those years. He was with the Angels organization tag for 31 seasons. That is a leap of faith to leave that security to go to a downtrodden team like Tampa Bay and say, you know what, I love the challenge, let's go.
Well, he was never going to manage the Angels unless he stayed there another 15 years because Mike Scioscia is so entrenched there. And so if he wanted to be a bench coach, I'm sure Mike Scioscia would love to have had him stay. But Joe, like a lot of coaches, has a dream to be a big league manager. And he got a good opportunity, took advantage of it.
Crawford lines out. 1 down, 4th inning. We go to Jim Knox.
All right, thank you, Josh. Big happenings before the game. A number of Marines sworn in before the game. The eve before the 4th of July, Independence Day. Lieutenant Blankenship is here with us. And I tell you, when you're talking Marines, you're talking history, right?
Yes, sir, absolutely. Today was a great day for us, a great day for the Marine Corps, a great day for the community here, and for the 14 young men that we got to the chance to swear in prior to them going to boot camp, some of them going as early as Monday. The Marine Corps is steeped in history. We had Marines from World War II veterans, current active duty Marines out here today, as well as the future of the Marine Corps and those 14 young men that we swore in.
Well, best of luck, and nice to meet you. Thank you for everything you do. Roland Brock's right here, guys. Fought in Iwo Jima, one of the bloodiest wars ever in Marine history. A Purple Heart winner right here, guys.
Nice. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you very much.
Welcome, everybody. Great to have you on the 4th of July weekend, no less. Evan Longoria bouncing one foul. Again, not just a big fireworks show tomorrow for the 4th of July, but the flyover with the F-16s. We will swell with patriotism at the ballpark tomorrow. (972) Rangers, the number to call to get your tickets if you don't have them yet. Or you can get them online at TexasRangers.com. The walk to Longoria. The first walk allowed by Hunter in the game.
First baseman Carlos Pena.
Again, a warm night. Not that that's any different than some of the other nights of late. We're down to 98 degrees now. Good crowd here on a Friday night. One-time Ranger Carlos Pena.
Pena a couple years ago hit 46 home runs and knocked in 121 runs. Last year he hit 30, 31 home runs, knocked in 102. He got 23s, leading the league in home runs right now.
He hits from that really wide base, which allows him, I guess, to use his hands. You got to be that. You got to be strong to be that spread out like he is. He is also the guy that will absolutely step way out after every pitch. Now that Bernie Williams is retired, this guy has the mantle. Step out and stay out. Softly in there for a strike, 1-2.
And Tommy's utilized 4 different pitches tonight. Fastball, a cutter. That's a changeup for a strike. Curveball, slider. Actually, he's probably throwing 5 different pitches tonight.
And the key, as you say, all of them for strikes.
Yep, and he's had good command of most of them. A little
Back
high with that cutter.
Pena leading the league in home runs. He's on pace for the kind of season you talked about him having in 07. The 40-odd home runs. Sharply grounded, foul. Last year, Pena won a Gold Glove. Led the Rays in all the power categories, although he did strike out 166 times. And Chris Davis, I think, you look at his numbers. If the batting average was up just about 40 or 50 more points, you'd be talking about Chris Davis the same way you talked about Pena last year. Great defense, hits for power, a lot of strikeouts. Pena down on strikes right here, out number 2.
Now, Tommy's struck out a batter in each inning. And he gets Pena with a good changeup right there. Second changeup that he's thrown in this at bat for a strike to Pena. Pretty impressed thus far in this game with Tommy. This is his best. His last start was a good start against San Diego. This one so far is even better.
5 1/3 innings against Oakland, and then the 6 1/3 against San Diego. And in both games, throwing about 65% of his pitches for strikes. Good looking curve. On the corner with the changeup, 1-2.
Just mixing them in nicely right now.
Zobrist, all he can do is roll it to second.
Change up away and a cutter right in on the fist. Pretty impressive so far.
Scott Feldman-like cutter right there. One man left. And that had been done in the National League a couple times over the last, 60 or 70 years anyway. Once it was Buck Showalter who did it when he was managing with Arizona. Ordered up the intentional walk with the bases loaded to Barry Bonds to get to Brent Mayne. Whoa, what a play at short. Bartlett wheels around, and whoa, the ball gets away from Pena. Andrew Jones all of a sudden is headed for second base. Jason Bartlett made an unbelievable play on it, but then he skipped it, and Carlos Pena couldn't dig it. Bartlett known for the glove. And Pena looked like he might have had a shot to at least knock it down. It just got by him.
A nice play by Zobrist. It looked like Pena went into his stretch so soon that he couldn't make an adjustment to catch the ball. I'm not sure whether he could have caught it anyway. It's tough to tell from the angle we had, but it had to be pretty near his glove when he was already in that big of a stretch.
Oh, so Jones ends up at second base to lead off the inning. In a scoreless battle here in the bottom of the fourth. Blaylock, it coughed up chalk, but by the time it got past third, it was foul.
Coughed up early chalk. It needed a little bit later chalk.
It's where it passes third base.
Yep. If it's a ground ball, it has to go past third base. Fair, and then it can do whatever it wants to. Line drive has to be fair all the way to the foul pole. The Rangers had a great chance to score last inning, second and third, and only one out, but Casimir did a nice job of pitching out of that jam.
Joe Madden's team has won 7 out of 8. They come in hot. Blaylock a big rip. Getting some emails here, Tag. I mentioned Joe Madden with the Elvis Costello glasses. Some people are saying that's actually Spencer Tracy right there.
And boy, you know what? That is a young Spencer Tracy right there. That's a great call.
Somebody emailed
Looks
in.
just like him.
Somebody emailed in Buddy Holly glasses. I would say those are. Yeah, Spencer Tracy's about right.
I think Joe looks like Spencer Tracy with those glasses on. Buddy Holly probably wore glasses like that.
I will throw it out to the masses. That'd be a good Twitter topic for our Fox Sports Southwest people, probably. Is it Elvis Costello? Is it Buddy Holly? Is it Woody Allen? Is it Clark Kent? Wild Thing Vaughn is played by Charlie Sheen? Or Spencer Tracy?
I think he looks like Spencer Tracy.
Or Barry Goldwater.
I think he looks like Barry Goldwater, too. Maybe it's a combination of everything.
Blaylock gets into one, driving it past the track to the wall. There it goes! 2-run shot! It has been the week of the hammer.
Casimir has hung a couple of those sliders. When he throws a good one, you pretty much can't hit it. But when he hangs one like that, you got a shot. It still takes a nice swing and some talent to do it. But that one stayed up. And Hank gave it a ride to right center field.
For his first career hit against Casimir. I would say that fella's in a groove. His last 6 at-bats now, he's got a double and 3 home runs. Zobrist at second. He's going to throw out Nelly Cruz. And that error that preceded the home run, that makes it a 2-run shot and not a solo.
Gosh, I'm going to start thanking some of the people that sent the cookies up.
Bring them out.
Melissa from Longview. She didn't give any last names. But Melissa from Longview sent up a delicious batch. A goodie bag. We appreciate that. Her friend Amy is having a birthday tomorrow. 4 of them came up from Longview. Amy's birthday's tomorrow. So Amy, we're going to wish you a happy birthday tonight from all of us and from Melissa.
Those were some tasty treats too.
Thank you very much.
0-2 to Saltalamacchia.
Gail Wetzel from Abilene, Texas sent up some very nice Ranger Krispies. Their name honors the team, and Josh and Tom as the Rangers broadcaster. So
right on.
Thank you very much, Gail.
That one's in too tight to Salty.
The other batch was from Joan Graff from Mesquite. Joan sends a giant box of cookies every year. They have chocolate chips, butterscotch chips, walnuts, pecans, almonds, you name it. A little bit of everything. And they are good. Thank you, Joan. She's at the game tonight.
Saltalamacchia down on strikes route number 2. Oh,
I think that just about does it for the cookies tonight.
No, we had a good night for treats tonight. That one disappearing on Saltalamacchia. A lot of email inquiries about the Wives Cookbook. And again, that number for those of you that missed it, 817-273-5207.
I think they did a great job on that cookbook. It's got a lot of information in it other than just the recipes. That's very interesting.
To me, that's the coolest part, is finding out the little behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
We were just talking Longview, Texas. Here is the athletic pride of Longview, Texas at the plate, Chris Davis. All right, Tag, I got an email that's going to make your night, too. It's from Ranger fan Joe. It surmises that you and I appear to be around the same age. Who is actually younger? And you should be flattered, son, because you got 20 years on me, but we look the same age. So,
actually, the Peanut's about 20 years younger than I am.
Is that my official nickname now?
I think someone suggested that on an email. I kind of like it.
Poo-poo and peanut.
I want to see if I can't make that one stick for you.
It's like running.
Josh, I'm with the Tommy Hunter fan club. I got his mom and dad, Pam, Ray, his uncle. He's got even his Little League coach on hand. Now, a big happening because this is Tommy's birthday. So, Ray, you guys flew in this morning. You got to get back tomorrow because why?
Our daughter is expecting any time.
Wow. You got to be extremely pleased with Tommy. So far, his performance is excellent.
Yes, he's doing great. We're very proud of him, and it's his birthday, so I hope he gets a win.
All right, how are you going to celebrate afterwards?
We're all going out to dinner and celebrate his birthday, and then Mom and I have to jump on a plane in the morning and get back home.
Well, best of luck. All right, good seeing you. All right, thank you, Josh.
Welcome to the Hunter family. That's awesome. And yeah, Sonny Boy is pitching really well right now. Does not have a big league victory to his name yet, and that would be a memorable 23rd birthday.
Boy, I'll say.
Get that done tonight.
Have his family here on his birthday.
Think he was ever called Tommy Boy after the movie came out?
I don't know. I bet he was. I bet he was never called Peanut, though.
Well, you're just not letting that go, are you, poo-poo? Hey, by the way, if you do want to email the booth, pretty easy to do it. We'll give you the address in just a moment. There's a base hit in the right for Pat Burrell. FoxSports.com is how to get in touch. And the keyword is email Rangers. It's just that easy to do. Appreciate all the emails coming in. Ranger fan Martha has emailed tag saying the guy that caught the Hank Blaylock home run is her fiance, and he's here at a bachelor party tonight. So, you know, to track hubby, I mean, you know, he might have said, well, yeah, I'm just going with the guys to a ball game. Now we have actual proof, apparently, because the guy that caught the Blaylock home run is part of the bachelor party.
Very nice.
That's down too low to Gabe Gross. Here's where the home run went, right into the bachelor party.
And there's no doubt about it.
Wow.
There's that same cutter again. That's a good pitch for him tonight. I'm sure Tommy was featuring that pitch last year.
And if he was not getting this kind of a result.
Yeah, he's throwing. If he's thrown in with that cutter, he's got it in there. Change up.
Nice. Raymond Thomas Hunter.
Tommy was only drafted in 2007. It's not like he's had 4 or 5 years of minor league experience. Another cutter.
And Davis handles it. Well, he had thoughts about going to second base, but then after the bobble, he realized he just could backtrack to first. One out in the inning, and the Dr. Pepper Hall of Fame luncheon coming up Friday, July the 31st. That's here at the Sheraton Arlington. Nolan Ryan, Fergie Jenkins, both are going to be there. The luncheon honoring the 2009 Ranger Hall of Fame inductees Toby Harrah and Ruben Sierra. 817-436-5933 to get your tickets.
We had Toby during the game the other night, and he sure is happy about being in the Hall of Fame. Very proud. Very deserving of that honor, too.
Yep, no doubt. The former Oklahoma Sooner, Jason Bartlett, 0 for 1. Tag, you were talking about how quickly Tommy Hunter got to the big leagues right out of that 07 draft. The only other starting pitcher to have emerged from that draft yet is the guy we're going to see tomorrow. That's David Price.
Yeah.
He was the #1 pick.
First pick in the draft. What a matchup tomorrow. Price and Holland.
Two of the better young lefty prospects in baseball, head to head.
Yeah, great opportunity for Derek to measure himself against the first pick in the draft. A guy who over the last couple of years has been regarded as, if not the best prospect in minor league baseball, certainly one of the top 3 or 4. And they'll go head to head tomorrow. I'd like to be here to watch that. I think I will.
I think you should come. I really do. You can put a headphone on your head. Line shot that is just foul.
Anyone else thinking about tomorrow? Tomorrow will be a great game to come to. Matchup of 2 good young left-handed pitchers. The Rays. Take that back. One of the best young teams in baseball, and how can you beat the 4th of July with everything the Rangers have on hand tomorrow night? A lot more than fireworks going on tomorrow night.
Yep, patriotic fervor all during the night. 972 Rangers to get your tickets. Good pitch, and Jason Bartlett, we bid you good night.
Now remember, Jason Bartlett's a .360 hitter right now. He's second in the league in hitting. He will be pretty soon. He only needs about 10 more plate appearances. Got him on that cutter, slider, whatever you want to call it. Tommy's had 1 strikeout in every inning. 1 walk, 5 strikeouts right now. Trying to pitch out of this man on second situation.
Number 9 hitter, Deanna Navarro. Down the line, foul.
Ooh, be careful.
Navarro is a career .320 hitter against the Rangers, the best he's done against any team. Very good defensive catcher, too. Did he go? Did he go? No, says Brian Knight.
Close, but I go along with the call. I think he checked it. Seen it called before, but I think it was a good call.
Nice and calm here at this ballpark. Can you imagine what it must be like in San Diego right now? Manny Ramirez is coming back.
All those Dodger fans, they say it's sold out. Sold out weekend in San Diego.
Lined foul towards that Ranger dugout. You see yesterday in that San Diego game, they had to stop the game for an hour in the 9th inning because an infestation of bees descended on the outfield.
Turned out lucky that the groundskeeper had the beekeeper's number on his speed dial. Now, how in the, that's getting your bases covered right there. Well, Tommy's cutter has been in on the fists every single time he's thrown it.
That ball popped into the crowd. Yeah, that Dodgers-Padres game not yet underway. The Cubs have already beaten the Brewers in 10, 2-1 on a bases-loaded walk.
See numbers 2 and 4. Those were the 2 pitches he threw for cutters. Kept him right in where he wanted to. Navarro pulled them both foul.
That ball yanked foul. I'm trying to finish off Deanna Navarro here. Turns out not to be an easy task.
A little more of a curveball right there, I think. Navarro doesn't strike out a whole lot. Doesn't walk either. He's only walked 6 times all year.
This would not be a great time to put him on. You've got B.J. Upton, the reigning player of the month in the American League, coming up next. Tommy Hunter just missed. And the rare walk for Navarro.
He's fooled by the pitch, I'm sure. It's a curveball. He wanted to swing at it. It was just maybe a little bit high.
Family can't believe it.
Kill the ump.
I'll see if he can take care of B.J. Upton again. He's done that twice tonight. This time Upton comes through. Bangs it into left field. The throw coming in. Offline. Ooh, and that allows Upton to sneak into second base.
Yeah, that was not the right place to throw that ball. You really had very little chance to make the throw at home. And the best throw to make is probably to third to keep men on first and second. And I don't think anyone in the park knows that better than Andrew.
Well, a couple little things setting up the inning. Remember, they had a shot at a double play. Chris Davis didn't field the hot shot from Gabe Gross cleanly. And instead of turning 2, Chris wisely went to his own bag. And then Deanna Navarro with all those foul balls to stay alive. Getting that 8th pitch that just barely missed high to draw the walk. Got an email from Ranger fan Bob that says to him, Tommy Hunter looks a little bit like Nellie Bryles.
Yeah, a little bit. He had a full face like Tommy. Nellie wasn't quite as tall. Nellie was probably 5'11", 6 feet, maybe 200 pounds. Stocky guy.
Hunter's big guy, 6'3", 255.
Nellie used to fall flat on his face about once a game when he followed through.
Line shot. Kinsler's going to dive and make a great play. Tampa Bay poised to tie and or take the lead right there, but Kinsler said, nope, ain't happening. And the Tommy Hunter family is pretty happy about that. Defending American League champion Tampa Bay Rays are in town, and Steve Busby joins us right now. He's a fan of good pitching.
Oh, boy.
So you must really be enjoying the Tommy Hunter experience right now.
Yeah, Josh, I love it. I love seeing two guys out there of this little age on them, both pitching like they're pretty much seasoned veterans. I mean, it's been really impressive.
The command that Tommy Hunter has been showing, not just his start, but I think that last one, right, against San Diego.
He looks like a completely different pitcher. If you remember back to 2008, the couple of starts he had for the Rangers didn't go too well, but an entirely different pitcher this year.
Andrews, who tried to bunt his way on last time. What about Mr. Casimir, meantime, for Tampa Bay?
Well, considering he'd been off and just one start since coming back off the DL, he'd been on the DL for better than a month. Pretty good. I would have thought that maybe the heat would have gotten to him a little bit more than it has yet. It still may, but well, he's got great stuff. You would love to have somebody like that come through your system, and the Rangers might have a guy like this in Derek Holland from that left side.
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of people were comparing the two last year. When we'd ask scouts, well, we haven't seen Derek Holland. What's he like? They'd say, well, think Scott Casimir.
Yeah, stuff-wise, I think they're very, very similar. I think Scott Casimir right now, obviously he's got 3 years on Derek Holland, but he also is much more in control of himself.
In a center base hit, Elvis Andrews.
That'll be a pretty good matchup tomorrow night, David Price and Derek Holland.
There are two guys. Boy, you talk about similar stuff. Both of them throw extremely hard, and if they have one drawback right now, Tom, I think it's that they try to overthrow too often. When they get in trouble, they really try to pump up the fastball, and I think sometimes that gets them in trouble.
Would you say that's a natural tendency for a young pitcher, and how do you overcome that?
Yeah, it's experience. I think that's, like how do you stop swinging at the breaking ball in the dirt? Well, you
see enough of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Andrews, remember, stole 4 bases in that game on Tuesday night against the Angels, so they'll pay some attention to him.
Yep, they had an advanced scout at that game, so I'm sure they are well aware of that. That was not his good move to first either.
Kinsler sends the 21st foul ball of the night into the crowd. That's off the Rangers bats. And I bring that up, Buzz, because as a former pitcher, I ask you, if there was a game like that where you've got good stuff and there's like 24 foul balls, is that frustrating?
Yeah, it is, Josh. To be quite honest, I'd get to the point where I'd just say, here, I'm throwing the ball down the middle, unless it was a cost of the game. But here, put the ball in play someplace. I'm tired of looking at you. Yeah, it really
would it usually be your fastball that they were fouling off?
No,
or not necessarily.
With me, it was usually the slider.
Was it?
Yeah, when it wasn't quite breaking as sharply as it normally did, and I still try to throw it like a dummy. But just enough to where they'd get a piece of it, but not hit it real solid. That is frustrating.
Kinsler finally hits one on the ground, but boy, you're thinking not now. High throw. It's into the Ranger dugout. So Kinsler ends up at second base, and in a weird way, it works just like a sacrifice. You've got a runner at second base now with 1 out. Error goes to Zobrist on the overthrow.
Boy, Elvis Andrews showing you something, too. Tom, I know you appreciate this. A young guy getting down there, really making it tough on the second baseman with a hard slide.
Yeah, I think he's gotten used to that a little bit by playing shortstop. He's had a few guys come into him like this, and I think he's learned how to return the favor now. But yeah, that's why they didn't turn the double play. It's why Ian's on second base right now. Good point.
We're talking about foul balls hit against pitchers, and Buzz, was there a guy or a couple guys where, I mean, you just, even before they came to the plate, that was part of your personal scouting report, like, boy, I have a tough time finishing this guy off. He tends to hang in there for 8, 9, 10 pitches every time I see him.
Yeah, Rod Carew comes to mind immediately, although it wasn't necessarily a foul ball, it was just base hits.
Yeah.
Whatever he wanted to do with the ball. Quite honestly, he was a guy that had such great bat control that he could foul off tough pitch after tough pitch if you made one. But I just got to the point where, unless it was a game situation, I'd throw him a little tailing fastball down and hope he hit it at somebody just to get him out of there.
They say that Luke Appling against Red Ruffing back in the 1940s had a 24-pitch at bat that featured 17 fouls in a row. Man, I can't imagine.
That's where you just throw it underhand.
Yeah, exactly. Or if you happen to be the late Don Drazia, just hit him and put him on base and say heck with it.
So you want to get on first base bad enough here. They'll save you the pitches.
A check of Kinsler. And the ball down too low to Michael Young.
Well, you know, Josh, I think you look at all good hitters, they have that quality in them. Wade Boggs was that way. Very rarely would he swing and miss, and he could foul off the toughest pitches. Carew was that way. I think most good hitters have that affinity to really be tough, especially when the game's on the line.
Ichiro comes to mind as a current player.
Yep.
Fouled by Michael Young. Jason Jennings starting to get loose in the Ranger bullpen. The pitch count for Hunter on a warm night is mid-80s right now. So maybe the thought, I guess, Buzz, is rolling back out there for the 6th. Hope that you get him through 6, but just in case, get somebody ready.
Yeah, I would think so, Josh. I think he's on a real short leash right now going out.
Another foul ball.
That's a tough pitch right there. If you're a hitter, you're pretty happy to foul that pitch off. That's his good slider, his strikeout pitch. It's down and in right where he wanted it. And that's what you're talking about right there, Josh. Frustration of making the pitch you want and not getting it out. 86 pitches for Kazmir.
Young, another one of the guys that's been working that count. He drew the walk in the 3rd inning. Do you see the Rangers, by and large here, Buzz, working the count a little better these last couple of weeks?
The last 3 ball games, I certainly do. And it's not just because they're able to put up 9 runs, but when you look at the stats, there's no way you can figure this ball club should be way down low in on-base percentage and walk totals.
They've got a team. There's the slider that he'll get a lot of strikeouts with. They have a team that hits a lot of home runs. And generally, when a lot of guys are doing it, you would think there'd be a lot of guys in the lineup that pitchers are pitching fairly carefully to. So it would stand to reason that if you do have patient at bats, you would get some walks.
Now the inning left to Marlon Byrd, who has struck out a couple times tonight. That's the pitch that got him the last time. He was able to lay off. Buzz, you're going on the next road trip, I hear.
Going on the next road trip. Yeah, Eric's recovering from his eye surgery, so I'll be filling in with Dave Barnett and get a chance to go out and see the Angels for the first time in their home ground this year. And Seattle. Seattle, a much improved ball club apparently from the last time we saw them.
And happy to note that Eric is recovering well from that eye surgery. He can work the home games now, just not allowed to travel yet. I know he's getting tired of wearing that iPad too. Tired of the Long John Silver jokes.
Oh man, yeah, for sure. Feel sorry for him to have something like that just come right out of the, no pun intended, clear blue. Although I think he has brown eyes.
Ball getting away from Navarro, but Kinsler hangs out right there at second base. Andrew Jones on deck. Byrd has tilted the count well into his favor here, 3-0. Swinging 3-0. We were talking earlier about this Tampa Bay team, Buzz, and obviously the thing they've got going against them is just the division in which they play.
Tough division. They're probably the toughest division in baseball. I don't think you'd find many arguments with the way that there are 4 teams in that division playing extremely well.
Marlon Byrd comes through. Base hit left center. Kinsler scores easily. Marlon going for the double. Sliding. Safe.
like the way the Rangers are swinging the bats over the last 3 or 4 games. You also have to love the way they're running the bases. When they have a chance, they're taking the extra base. And this is certainly not a sure double off the bat. Carl Crawford has great speed out there. He gets to the ball quickly. But if you sprint out of the batter's box and you're thinking double all the way, you have a chance. And Crawford comes up and makes a pretty nice play, really. Good throw, good tag, and Marlin just did beat it. Rangers get the run back that they gave up last inning.
Marlon Byrd closing in on a career best for doubles. It's not even the 4th of July yet. Jim Hickey, the former Astros pitching coach, now the Tampa Bay pitching coach. With a word or two for Kazmir. Tampa Bay's bullpen is going to go to work.
Yeah, they've worked the pitch count up to 93 pitches right now with 1 out to go in the 5th.
Jones, who's been on base twice without hitting the ball out of the infield. The infield hit and then reaching on an error. Now we'll see how long Joe Madden sticks with Kazmir. We were talking about that earlier too, Buzz. The glasses. Is it Spencer Tracy? Is it Elvis Costello? Is it Buddy Holly? Who is it?
I'm going with Spencer Tracy. That
was tag vote too.
That's who I think of immediately when I see that. Matter of fact, the profile kind of looks a little Spencer Tracy.
Yeah, I think it does too. I wish we had a picture of Spencer Tracy with glasses on like that to do a little side by side.
Maybe for tomorrow we work that up.
Try to work it out.
That's down to Andrew Jones. Joe Madden, you know how he spent his off day yesterday in 100-degree heat? Rode his mountain bike all around Arlington for hours and hours. Not that there are any mountains in Arlington. Very avid bike rider. Travels with his bike on road trips, and he says it's about 80 or maybe 90 miles a week on average he gets in.
Wow.
Inside, 3-1.
That's what too many base on balls does to a manager. It drives him a little bit over the edge from time to time.
Makes him want to ride his bike around Six Flags for a while. A take on 3-1. Not a bad take though, right? If it's not your pitch, don't be swinging.
He's probably looking for a fastball. He's doing the 3-1 slider. If you're fooled by it a little bit, you still have another one to come.
Andrew sends one in the air towards center. It's shallow. Upton's got it. Buzz, thanks for your time.
Thank you, gentlemen. Talk to you after the
Let's go, Buzz. Finally snuck in.
not just a pickup truck, it's a Ford F-150. And by Aflac Insurance, we've got you under our wing. Evan Longoria nailing the first pitch here towards center. Marlon Byrd!
What a catch! A lot of catches like that, the outfielder has time because it's a fly ball. This is a line shot. He turns his back to the plate, sprints toward the wall, looks up just in time, lunges right before he goes into the wall and makes the catch. What a beautiful play. The last two batters have hit ropes. Crawford with men on second and third hit the line shot that Ian Kinsler lunged for and caught, and now Longoria leading off the sixth has a double taken away from him. That's a beautiful play by Marlon. That's as nice as you'll see right there.
The last two pitches thrown by Hunter have led to the best two defensive plays of the game.
And the last two plays show what we're talking about. The team getting better pitching, and I think the main reason they're getting better pitching is because they're playing better defense. I think the pitchers are better, and there's a lot of things they're doing better. I think if you had to pick one thing that has really helped the pitching, I think you have to go with the defense.
Two and 0 the count to the former Ranger Carlos Pena. Now 2-1. Boy, the fastball just hummed right by him. Rangers with 2 in the fourth on the Blaylock homer, then 1 in the fifth. Tampa Bay scoring for the first time in 15 innings in the top of the fifth. The B.J. Upton single that knocked in the first Rays run for. Boy, we're getting so much email that is not Joe Madden, but indeed Spencer Tracy.
I agree. Tommy's up to 89 pitches. Command not quite what it was earlier in the game. Not bad, but not quite what it was.
That one is inside. So the walk to Pena. Let's quickly go to Rick Renner and bring him in.
Hey guys, want to remind everybody, still plenty of tickets available for July 4th tomorrow. You want to be part of Independence Day at Rangers Ballpark with the flyovers, the singing, the flags, and of course the fireworks afterwards. We also encourage you to hop on our Facebook page. Just search Fox Sports Southwest, and our Twitter page, FS Southwest. Tonight's Twitter question, very July 4th-ish. We ask you, what's your favorite Rangers uniform? Red, white, or blue? Back over to you, Peanut.
Thank you very much, Rick. That's the other piece of email we're getting. People, as much as they like you as poo-poo, I think Peanut's going to stick,
Good.
Unfortunately.
Well, I won't be
Stands to get his first big league win if the bullpen can help him out.
That was a good, solid start for Tommy. It appeared probably the last 2 or 3 hitters he's getting a little bit tired, which is understandable. In the middle of this game, when he was rolling, boy, his pitches were terrific. Every pitch was working. Fastball, cutter, curveball, changeup. I think that was a very encouraging outing for Tommy and for the Rangers.
Jennings missing to Ben Zobrist, and here's a statistical report on the Mesquite native.
Yep, pretty impressive 26 games first half for Jason Jennings as well.
And on the hands of Zobrist, who fouls it.
We've been talking about the kind of year that Zobrist is having. He's already hit 16 home runs. He's hitting .297. He came into this season as a lifetime .222 hitter, but last year in less than 200 at bats, he did hit 12 home runs for the Rays. So he showed power last year, less than 200 at bats, 12 home runs. And maybe this is just a carryover from what he began to develop last year. It's even a better product this year. But he's been among the leaders in on-base percentage, among the leaders in slugging percentage. You put them both together, he's been at the top of the list for a lot of the season. And I think even with exceptional improvement, you probably wouldn't have expected those kind of numbers.
Hey, strike to make it 2-2. They expect Aki Uemura back in about 6, maybe 7 weeks. So then he'll go back to being a utility guy. For now, he's the everyday second baseman. Gonna take high here at 3-2. Got him. Zobrist down on strike, staying with the fastball.
A little bit out of the strike zone. He got Zobrist to chase it.
Dangerous guy for Jennings, though. Pat Burrell's had some fairly good success recently against Jennings. Of course, both these guys were National Leaguers for a while. Last 5 times to the plate for Burrell against Jennings. It's been a home run, hit by a pitch, a double, a single, and a walk.
Well, Burrell is not a guy that hits for high average, but he's a guy that can hit the ball out of the ballpark. He's hit 30 home runs the last couple of years. He's also a guy that has walked more than 100 times the last 2 years. He combines patience at the plate with power, much like Carlos Pena, who's walked an average of 100 times the last couple of years. Not hitting for an exceptionally high average, but when you can combine walks and power, Jim Thome kind of seasons, you're a valuable guy.
Lays off. Few hitters in baseball run as hot and cold as Pat Burrell. When he's locked in, he's real good. When he's not, it can be a tough stretch. But every year of late, by season's end, you're right, he's at pretty much the exact same place every year. Looking at his slugging percentages tag in 06, 502. In 07, 502. In 08, it was 507.
That's some pretty good consistency right there.
On 3-1. In to make it 3-2. Mookie Wilson was that guy in the 80s. He had that run where his batting average, I think for like 4 years in a row, was 279. Then he had 3 straight 276s. You knew exactly what you were getting with Mookie. Runner will get going. 3-2 pitch is taken for a called third strike.
For the 3-1 slider.
Of North Richland Hills. If a Ranger hits the grand slam this inning, we're giving away $25,000.
Leading off for the Rangers, the designated hitter,
Hank Blaylock has already hit one out tonight, hit 2 out the other night. And a new pitcher, Scott Kazmir, is done after just 5 innings. The pitch count was just bloated. So Joe Nelson comes in, part of a very good Tampa Bay bullpen.
Got pretty good numbers on the season for Nelson. Low opponent's batting average. If you want to nitpick, he's probably walked a few too many and given up a couple of extra home runs. But overall, good job for Nelson this year.
He was with the other Florida-based team last year, the Marlins, coming back from shoulder surgery last year. Rangers 3 runs on 5 hits. Tampa Bay 1 run on only 3 hits tonight. Probably the best work we've seen from Tommy Hunter as a Ranger so far.
Yep, I thought Tommy was terrific tonight.
Tom terrific.
Used all his pitches. Cutter was an excellent pitch for him. Struck out Pena on a couple of good changeups. Had pretty good life on his fastball. Good command till right there at the end. Overall, real positive outing for him and the ball club.
Down near first, foul. Mentioned Hank Homer twice the other night. Tonight, 4th inning, he did it again. Well, if he gets the ball up, he absolutely knows what to do with that.
Yeah, last 2 home runs were definitely up. That was a slider up and in. The ball he hit off Spire was a fastball up.
There's the last at bat, pitch number 5, the home run. Now there's Curran's at bat. Blaylock turns on another one, drives it high and deep. It's bending, foul.
Got good wood on it, fastball in.
Belt tie that time. Now Blaylock works a walk. And speaking of high pitchers, just got an email in right now saying a Ranger fan wondering why is it so hard for hitters to lay off the high cheese?
It's a difficult question to answer. You don't have much time The easiest way to answer, you don't have much time to decide whether or not you're going to take a ball or swing at a ball. It gets to you in obviously less than a second. And a lot of times that high fastball looks like it's going to be a pretty good pitch to the hitter when they make up their mind to swing at it. And then after they swing at it, they realize it's been high. But it's a real knack for a patient hitter to be able to lay off close pitches. Pitches a little bit high, the sliders down and away. Most hitters aren't patient, don't work the count, and don't get a lot of walks. Most players are somewhere in between the extremes. So it's an art, and it's difficult, even at the big league level. And you have to remember, these pitchers, the big league hitters are tremendously talented, but so are the pitchers. And for the most part, they're throwing anywhere from 91 to 94 miles an hour, and you just don't have much time to decide. The other thing is, you've got the pressure of performance. You're trying to get a base hit to help your team, and sometimes you're a little bit over-anxious. There's a lot of reasons for it, and I can just say, having been down there a little bit myself, it's a lot easier from this angle right here watching it than it is when you're standing down there and you've got balls coming at you at 95 miles an hour. But I understand the question, and it's a logical question.
If a hitter
it's just not that easy.
If a hitter goes back and looks at the video, do you think he's sometimes surprised that, man, look at that, look how high that
Probably,
was?
yeah, I think probably. For the most part, when the at-bat's over, you've got a pretty good idea of what happened. I got in the hole by swinging at a slider away, got behind in the count, swung at a high fastball. But then I think there are times where you would go back and look at the video and go, whoa, didn't know it was that high. And a lot of times the hitter sees that high pitch, knows it's a high pitch, thinks he can hit it anyway.
Confidence gets a lot of people to the big leagues in the first place. On the out-of-town scoreboard, the Indians now a 15-3 lead on Oakland after 8. Travis Hafner, 1 home run. 2 for Shin-Soo Choo.
I was having a pretty good year.
Ooh, Nelly just couldn't help himself. A walk and a strikeout to begin this bottom of the 6th inning.
Pretty nice changeup right there. You know, if you can't tell what kind of a pitch it is, you don't have a radar gun. You can tell a lot of times by the way the hitter swings. When they swing like that, before the ball gets there, you can tell it's a slower pitch than the fastball. You don't tend to ever see a swing like that at a fastball.
Saltalamacchia trying to make some contact. 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts tonight. Mariners have just taken a 7-5 lead in Boston in the 11th. Runner goes. Navarro throws high, and there's Blaylock with a steal at second base. The Rangers have absolutely become a running team.
Yep, I think they do a great job of picking their spots. They're not careless running. They don't run just for the sake of running. But when they do, they're generally successful. Their percentage stealing bases is excellent. You saw the Angels, who are an aggressive team, like to run the bases, like to take the extra base. They ran themselves right out of a ball game the other night.
Yep. Well, Cruz was unable to advance Blaylock, so Blaylock just goes ahead and advances himself. Ball getting away. Blaylock goes to third. And a wild pitch by Nelson. Now you really want Salty to make some contact. A fly ball to the outfield, and you cash in Blaylock.
This time they'll move the infield in. When Salty hit early in the game, in the second inning with men on second and third, the infield was back. They're playing in now, down by a couple of runs, not wanting to give up another run. They're going to walk Salty, set up a double play.
Chris Davis will have a chance to lift one to the outfield or beyond.
they'll make a pitching change, it looks like.
Yep, Joe Madden let Nelson face 3 batters. Sunday, kids 13 and under can get ice cream for just $1. That's sponsored by Jack FM. 972 Rangers or TexasRangers.com to get your tickets. Grant Balfour has been asked to come into the ball game. The Rangers have runners at the corners. They're already leading 3-1. Balfour didn't make the Tampa Bay team out of spring training last year. That's remarkable because by season's end, he was putting up elite numbers. He ended up last year with 82 strikeouts in 58 innings. Lefties hit 120 against him a year ago. Beaten out initially for a bullpen job by Scott Doman last year. He had to pass through waivers to go to AAA, meaning any other team could have grabbed him, and nobody did.
Well, he's coming off a season the year before where his ERA for the Rays was over 6. So whatever he did, the month or two that he was in AAA last year before he got back to the big league, sure turned his career around.
The Australian will miss down too low to Davis. And make no mistake, Grant Balfour is a strikeout guy now. Last year he struck out 37% of the batters he faced. That's the highest percentage in the entire big leagues last year. Obviously Davis not a great matchup because, well, I mean, from Davis's perspective, Davis has been having trouble making contact this year. One and 2. Lifted down the left field line, foul. Davis lined to left with a couple men on earlier tonight.
That was good at bat against Casimir. Went on second and third. Solidly hit ball slicing toward the foul line. Crawford was there to make the play, though.
Davis getting the 94-mile-an-hour fastball, couldn't hit it.
The second time in the game where the Rangers have had a man on third base and one out. and had strikeouts without putting the ball in play to get that man in third base. See if Elvis can do it with 2 outs right here.
That's the pick-me-up base hit the Rangers really need now. Elvis knocked a single in a center field last inning. Right here he takes ball 1. White Sox leading the Royals 5-0 in the 8th. John Danks working on the 4-hitter tonight. Tigers and Twins now knotted up 7-7 after 7. Gerald Laird a home run, former Ranger for the Tigers. Boy, another one on that outside edge at 95.
Well, Joe Madden brought Balfour into this situation because he didn't want to give up another run, and he needed a strikeout with a man on third base and 1 out. Well, he brought in his strikeout pitcher, and he got the strikeout.
And he gets another one. Rangers had a great chance to improve their lead. It stays at 3-1 at the Busby, Rick Renner. It's a cast of thousands. And the game tomorrow, again, that 4th of July game, 7:05 first pitch. Be the 12th time in the last 14 years the Rangers have been home on the 4th. Great fireworks show after the game tomorrow. Bottom third of the Tampa Bay order in the top of the 7th for Jason Jennings. Remember, Tommy Hunter got the start tonight. Gross going to pop one up. Elvis Andrews makes the catch, and we go to the aforementioned Jim Knox.
All right, thank you, Josh. A sea of orange here in left field. The reason is because of Kelly Crush. It's the Kelly Crush crew, a firefighter in Wichita Falls that was diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease just 8 months ago. But you were honored before the game because?
Because this is the 7th anniversary of Lou Gehrig's speech that he gave, and it's ALS Awareness Week with Major League Baseball. So the Rangers were very gracious and invited me out. I got to go down on the field, and they said some very nice words about me, and it was just great being here. It was a tremendous honor.
Now, real quick, your fellow firefighters presented you with an unexpected gift, correct?
They did. When they found out I got diagnosed with ALS, they asked me, well, what are you going to do now since you're retired? And I said, I've always wanted to travel. I said, where did you want to go? I said, I've always wanted to go to Rome, see the Vatican and the Colosseum. And the very next day, one of the firefighters called me at home and said, Kelly, pack your bags, you're going to Rome. They sent me to Rome for 8 days, all expenses paid, everything. So that's the type of guys these guys are.
Way to go, guys. And Kelly, it's very nice meeting you, and best of luck to you. This is ALS Awareness Weekend around Major League Baseball, and the hats the Rangers are wearing tonight will be in the gift shops tomorrow, and the money raised from the proceeds will go to ALS research, guys. Great job. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much, Jim, and welcome. 3-1 pitch to Bartlett is down too low. The Rangers will actually have a reenactment of the speech that Lou Gehrig gave 70 years ago tomorrow. Pete O'Brien is going to come in and read that speech for everybody.
Pete's dad died of ALS. I can remember when we were traveling by commercial flight a lot when Pete was playing, and Pete's dad used to come on a lot of the road trips. And so I know this weekend has a lot of meaning for Pete.
That'll be part of the pregame show tomorrow down on the field before the 7:05 game. Jennings chases back Bartlett. Also has to worry about Deanna Navarro up there at the plate. Rangers have had their chances to grow this lead tonight. Just haven't come up with that big 2-out hit yet, except for Marlon Byrd in the 5th inning. That Mariners-Red Sox game has gone final. Seattle wins it 7-6 in 11. The Mariners looked like they would fade away there a couple of weeks ago. It's not the case. Good race in the AL West, as we know. You look at the NL East and the NL Central too, as you look at C.J. Wilson warming up. We got 4 teams in the NL East within 2 games of each other at the start of play tonight. And in the NL Central, you've got 5 teams within 2 games of each other in the loss column. That is some wide open baseball right there. We'll update those NL Central standings for you in just a moment. Jennings gets a strike. Look how jam-packed this is. 38 wins or 39. Or excuse me, 38 losses or 39 for everybody except Pittsburgh.
Hey, even Pittsburgh has to feel like they've got some kind of a chance to be in a race.
5 out. Jennings having a tough time getting the ball over right now. 3-1.
Well, he struck out Zobrist, struck out Burrell to end the 6th. Got Gross to pop up quickly in the 7th. And then controls become an issue. Walk Bartlett behind 3-1 to Navarro. 9th place hitter.
Only had 6 walks all year coming in tonight. Runner goes, and that ball skied to center. There's Marlon Byrd, out number 2.
Good comeback right there for Jason.
Well, some good news from Anaheim. Tag. The Orioles have a quick 2-0 lead on the Angels tonight in the 1st inning. Rangers started the night 1 game back in the AL West. But B.J. Upton's had to fight to get that batting average up to 247. He was in the 190s for a while. Yankees beat the Blue Jays this afternoon 4-2. Robinson Cano and Alex Rodriguez the home runs. strike. National League, the Pirates beat the Marlins 7-4. Former Ranger Ramon Vasquez, his first home run as a Pirate. And Atlanta got by Washington 9-8. Brooks Conrad's first big league home run. 5 straight wins for Atlanta. Two strikes to B.J. Upton. He just mouthed wow. Let's see if it was wowable.
Perfect pitch. One of the seams just barely touched that outside of the rectangle.
That's worth a wow. Phillies dropped the Mets 7-2. Phillies have not been playing well at home this year, but they got that win tonight.
If any team in the East could have caught a winning streak, they'd have a 5-game lead right now. They're all struggling though. Good job by Salty as usual. Stadium's filled up pretty nicely since the game started. A lot of people have come late.
Late arriving crowd seeing a good ball game.
Home run porch is packed. Our side is packed. All the lower seats are packed.
Jennings yields a 1-2. Missing. Cardinals lead the Reds 7-4 in the ninth. Albert Pujols tag is at number 31. What a season.
Sooner or later, they just have to stop throwing him strikes, start treating him like Barry Bonds.
Rockies lead the Diamondbacks 5-0 tonight in the 7th inning. Jennings with a 2-2. Missing. 3-2. By the way, Manny Ramirez is officially back for the Dodgers. He walked in a 3-run top of the first inning. The Dodgers play at San Diego. Full count to Upton. Carl Crawford on deck. Bouncing ball to short for Elvis Andrus. 7th inning stretch in Arlington, and the Rangers TBA Network, your world delivered. Grant Balfour delivers strike one to Ian Kinsler. The Rangers trying to distance themselves from Tampa Bay. The Rays have scored just one run in their last 18 innings now. We're going to have some good hitters coming up in the 8th. They're a 2, 3, 4 part of the order.
Well, Crawford's hit the ball hard his last couple of times up. I'm kind of glad he didn't come up in that last inning.
I'll give Jason Jennings some credit. A 3-2 pitch to a hot hitter, B.J. Upton, got him to ground out to short.
Well, another good job for Jason. 1 2/3. A walk and a couple of strikeouts, pitched out of a jam.
We'll see if Kinsler can get on and maybe run around a little bit. A high fly ball from Kinsler. Out number 1 in the inning. The Home Depot presents doing more on defense. That's all 6-2. That was to end a threat in the 5th inning, robbing Carl Crawford. On a moonlit night in Arlington, Rangers 3, Tampa Bay 1. First of a 3-game series. Same 2 teams tomorrow night, and 2 of the most prized young lefties in the entire sport will be matched up head-to-head. Derek Holland against David Price tomorrow for your 4th of July game. That game's on Fox Sports Southwest tomorrow. Sunday, Tag, you and I have the day off. The ESPN boys are coming in to do the game on Sunday.
Oh, thanks for telling me. I would have been out here ready to go.
The team will leave right after that game for the West Coast. You look at your Firestone in-game box score for the Rangers. Back up into the crowd, 2-2. We were talking about Manny Ramirez a moment ago as he returns to the lineup for the Dodgers tonight, and obviously he had to meet with the media before that game tonight. Another pop-up. Out number 2. Well, so Manny comes back and apparently had the sunglasses on, the dreadlocks in a ponytail, and he apologized to his fans and his teammates during a news conference, but refused to answer any questions about steroids. He just said, I won't talk about it, but he did say showtime tonight when he walked off the dais there.
Show's getting old for me. Hate to say it, but
heck of a talent, but yeah. I do understand wanting to move on. I do, but I think at some point you just acknowledge, head on. Hey, here's what I did. Here's what I was thinking. I'm not going to do it again, and then you can move on.
When in doubt, you blame the doctor. You say you didn't know what it was. Same old answers. Not much taking ownership of your own situation, though, in the steroid era.
No.
That's the way it goes, though.
That ball down too low to Bird. I'm just reading it here online. He told the media, I don't want to get into my medical records right now. That's what he's calling it, his medical records.
Medical records, yeah.
No, we all call it something.
Personal between me and my physician.
Bird, a check swing. Did he go? No. 3-1. Anyway, Manny back in the lineup, and the Dodgers have an early lead in San Diego tonight.
One earlier in the game for Tampa Bay, almost the same kind of check swing, consistent calls.
+30 foul balls for the Rangers tonight, making a lot of fans happy with the souvenirs. Marlon Bird cranks one towards right. Going to the track, but not enough. The Rangers do not score in the bottom of the 7th, and now the Bulls. And now the umpires have something to talk about, Tag. Once again, unfortunately, a bank of lights is out.
Well,
and
the good thing is it doesn't affect the pitcher and the hitter. And the one that happened before was right behind home plate. I think you could play this game. It's a little dark out in left field, but I think you could go ahead and play the game. I don't think it's going to affect the pitcher or the hitter.
Well, that would be nice if we weren't delayed an hour and a half like the other time that the bank of lights went out. But it's definitely worth discussing right now, and the umpires are going to do that.
I think they're going to go ahead and try to play.
Well, and these fans, very knowledgeable, I'm sure, about what happened a couple of homestands ago. Andrew Jones going, that's great for everybody else, but what about me out here in left field? All right, so with that backdrop now, here's C.J. Wilson. I just make sure they don't hit it to left field, that's all.
Yeah, just strike everybody out. You won't have a problem.
Lefty to lefty, C.J. Wilson to Carl Crawford. And as we mentioned, this is a part of the order that absolutely scares you for Tampa Bay. Crawford just 1 for 7 lifetime against C.J., but the one hit that he had, that was a home run. The Rangers have offered a lot of 3-1 counts to this Tampa Bay team, but to the Rangers' credit, they've either come back to make it 3-2 or polish the hitter off on 3-1 tonight. Preferably, you don't have the 3-1 count in the first place, but there you go, 3-2. Crawford over to third for Michael Young. Gets rid of it, 1 out. So you feel better with Carl Crawford off the bases. Let's go to Dana Larson standing by.
Up after the game, as always, complete post-game coverage. We'll hear from the Rangers on the field. In the clubhouse, we'll bring you Ron Washington's press conference. And speaking of press conferences, Manny Ramirez had one today, wearing his sunglasses, by the way, facing the media for the first time in a long time and facing Major League pitching for the first time since that 50-game suspension. Like it or not, like him or not, he is back, and we'll bring you the highlights right after the game, guys.
All right, Dane, thank you very much. Strike one to Evan Longoria. Well, you'd love to see the bullpen hang on and gift Tommy Hunter the win tonight on that 23rd birthday, as well as he pitched. CJ gets Longoria to scrape it to first.
A couple of weak ground balls to start the 8th inning. 2 outs, 8 pitches.
First baseman Carlos Pena.
Well, the Rangers got the 2-run homer from Blaylock. That was in the 4th inning. The big 2-out RBI double from Bird in the 5th. And the only Tampa Bay run, they got a 2-out hit from B.J. Upton to knock in a run in the 5th inning. Boy, CJ's dealing. Strike one at 96. Big crowd. They're excited to see what they've been seeing so far. It's kind of the new dynamic of Texas Ranger baseball. It's been about pitching and defense all year to carry them.
Well, you've got 2 guys in Frankie and CJ who can close out a game. And it really, you know, you want to win the ball game, and the order that they come into the game can be dictated by who the hitters are, really. That's not always the way the manager would choose to do it. But you could look at the 8th inning and say this is CJ's inning. You've got Crawford and Pena both scheduled to hit, 2 left-hand hitters. And so it would make sense to have a left-hander face both of those guys.
Now, so far, it's looking like a good call. Pena leads the American League in home runs. C.J. Wilson has him 2-2. Oh, just missed. Too low. Second time the Payne has walked tonight. So the Dallas Baptist product Ben Zobrist has a chance now. He becomes a tying man.
Second baseman Ben Zobrist.
Zobrist had entered this game having been on base 8 straight trips to the plate, 4 hits and 4 walks. 0 for 3 tonight. You take strike one.
It's a short sample. Zobrist's numbers are much better right-handed than they are left-handed. He's a 348 hitter. Only 69 at bats, though.
Neither team has a hit since the 5th inning. Well, kind of a long inning for CJ, about a 20-pitch inning. Rangers looking to take the first of this 3-game series and maybe move into a first-place tie with the Angels. Cranked out of play, 2-2. On the ground, third base, Michael Young to Kinsler to end the inning. Nice job by C.J. Wilson. It stays 3-1. Rangers and Twins play at 7:05. The concert's right after. Admission free with the Rangers game ticket, sponsored by 99.5 The Wolf. For tickets, TexasRangers.com, or you can call 972 Rangers. Chance for the Rangers to bump up their lead now, 3-1. They've got only 5 hits tonight, but Tampa Bay's got only 3 hits tonight. Tampa Bay's got the bullpen busy. Rangers have Jones, Blaylock, and Cruz about to bat in the bottom of the 8th.
See the Rangers hang on and win this game. See Balfour throw about 40 pitches, so he can't pitch tomorrow.
Right. Both teams had the day off yesterday, so both bullpens are fresh tonight. You know whose bullpen's going to have to get to work tonight, Tag, is the Angels. They're down 5-0 to Baltimore now in the 3rd inning.
Good.
That one's down too low. Again, Tommy Hunter is a pitcher of record, looking for his first big league win. The game that the Rangers won most recently on Wednesday, that was a 9-7 game. Rangers had scored 9 runs 4 times in their last 7 games coming into tonight. It's weird how that's gone. The Rangers had a 12 and a 9. And it's like they took a few games off. They scored 3, 0, and 2. And then back to 9 and 9. Andrew Jones, after having just 3 homers last year for the Dodgers, already 9 for the Rangers. Fouls another one. Tigers and Twins are still knotted up 7-7 in the 9th. We mentioned the Orioles have that 5-0 lead in Anaheim. Irvin Santana, it's not going well. Aubrey Huff with a home run for Baltimore. High pop-up from Andrew Jones. Carlos Pena in foul ground. He's got it. Blaylock coming up, and here's our Coors Light freeze cam. Hank had the home run, the big home run back in the 4th inning. High pitch. They've got the lefty ready to face Blaylock this time. And as we come back live, it looks like they are going to make that pitching change. Ahead, one spectacular night in St. Louis, Tuesday, July 14th. The All-Star Game is only on Fox. Randy Choate is the new pitcher for the Tampa Bay Rays. And again, their bullpen has been great. Best bullpen ERA in the league right now. Choate has been a small part of that.
He was called up when Brian Schaus, former Ranger lefty, went on the disabled list. And been terrific. Sidearm lefty. Opponents are hitting 146 against him. Lefties are 2 for 23.
That's why they go get him to face Blaylock here, although Nelly Cruz is on deck next. Blaylock jumping out at that one. Down he goes. His 2-run homer, though, is the difference in the game right now. Geared up for the fastball. He got off speed.
So lefty-lefty matchup and probably righty-righty matchup right here.
Yep, Dan Wheeler is going to be summoned now. So we'll see 3 pitchers.
hitters. There's some good changeup. There's one to strike out Carlos Pena. There's some good breaking balls. One to strike out Jason Bartlett. Overall, somewhere around 90 pitches. Real solid outing. Pitching with more confidence, better stuff, better command, very aggressively. The Rangers can hang on. He'll get his first major league win on his birthday.
Dan Wheeler, part of that bullpen brigade, scoreless in his last 10 outings. Brought on expressly to face Nelly Cruz. High strike. Wheeler, the former Astro. Again, Tampa Bay has had a tough time scoring runs the last couple of games. They got shut out in Toronto. They got the 1-run tonight. Rangers, you hope they've scored just enough. Cruz had a double back in the second tonight, otherwise a ground out and a strikeout. And now Nelly gets into one, lofts it high into that darkened left field corner. It's caught. And the Rangers will take the 3-1 lead into the ninth. By Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com, grab your bag, it's on. And by the Ford F-150, it's not just a pickup truck, it's a Ford F-150. Frankie Francisco trying to back this car into the garage here. The Rangers lead 3-1. And a chance to go to 4-3 on the homestand, a chance to maybe tie the Angels for first in the AL West. The Angels still trailing at home to Baltimore. Frank's given up his runs this year on those home runs. And the most recent of which, that 2-out, 3-run shot by Juan Rivera Wednesday night. A chance to bounce back right here. One defensive change to tell you about is Pat Burrell bats. He'll take a hard strike in the inside corner. David Murphy in for Andrew Jones. In left field. Welcome back, Frankie.
Right off the bat, 2 low strikes. The other night, fastball was up, and he didn't throw a ball 95 miles an hour either. So 2 pitches into this outing. So far, so good. Looking good. There's a high one on purpose, though.
So now he can pretty much do whatever he wants, right, on 1 and 2?
Yeah, he's got a good splitter. He's got a good curveball. He can strike you out with either one of those. The key is to make sure you keep him down and a little bit out of the strike zone.
That had a good bit of the plate, but fouled away by Burrell. Even Rivera didn't get around on Frankie. Opposite field home run.
There's the
wow.
splitter.
5 straight strikes to open his night. 1 down.
That's going to strike out a lot of batters right there.
Especially when you get ahead with the regular fastball 0-2, right?
No doubt.
Again, trying to save it for young Tommy Hunter, who is 1 year less young than he was as of yesterday, turning 23 tonight. Gabe Gross will take, and finally a ball from Frankie. Gross with that upright batting stance will check and take a strike. Gross had been a pretty hot hitter coming into this series with .340 batting average his last 3 weeks. That's back into the crowd of 39,000. 1, 2, 3. Another big crowd expected tomorrow night, but there are still some tickets available. Get them at TexasRangers.com. Flicked into the crowd again.
You can tell Frankie's got good life on his fastball the way they're swinging at it. That was 96 miles an hour. Gross just kind of hanging on and spoiled that pitch. Could be a splitter right here.
Yep, bounced it up there. 2-2 with Jason Bartlett on deck, a .358 hitter. Boy, again, just a little bit of contact. 9 of 11 strikes for Frankie right now. Only 2 balls.
I was throwing 2 straight off-speed pitches. Count still 2-2.
Fly ball left center. David Murphy into the game for defense, right? He's got it. By the way, that bank of lights that had gone out is back on. Yep. My birthday boy, you're close.
11 pitches for Frankie, 9 strikes.
Again, it's a shifting dynamic. The Rangers getting it done with the pitching and defense. They're not bludgeoning people. A fly ball, right field. Happy birthday, Tommy Hunter. Ball game. Your Romano's Macaroni Grill player of the game with his first big league win. That is Tommy Hunter. Marlon